Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with Scraplift Crafternoon, and I've combined that with the Baby Got Scraps hop that Kristen Crafts created. And so Scraplift Crafternoon is where we find a layout that inspires us and we scraplift it. And so this is Tehri Koskinen. I don't know if that's how you say it. If it's not, I am terribly sorry. She had this gorgeous, colorful layout Tara found at the Paper Snob, and we all are thrilled because it's so lovely. And I have Spectrum Sherbert and it had those little lacy strips, so I thought it'd be perfect to get those used up. And so that's why I selected this collection. And I have these 4 pictures, which I'm only going to end up using 3 of because they do not fit properly. I'm going to pull that one out. I believe this is the one, because I couldn't not use that picture of my son's face when he was up in the air. So I've got plenty of stash to go down the right side, and I'm excited about using some of these things up, although I hold this collection close because I love it so much. It's hard to use stash when you're like stuffing and tucking, but I'm going to do it. I do bring in some mixed media because I can tell that she's got some. This is a mica stain by Tim Holtz. I have some distress oxides. One of them is like Wicked something or a Wicked Brew, speckled egg, picked raspberry. That one is carved pumpkin. I don't use that ink pad. And I think the green one's Wicked Elixir. So I just completely lost my train of thought of what the other one was, but I'll remember in a minute. Anyway, so I have all of these scraps, my papers, my embellishments, and this awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so you all, I swear. Okay, so I have only 5 of these. Now she has 7 in hers, and they are a little more deep and everything, but I'm just going to separate mine a little bit more than hers. Not as separated as they look right now. But I am going to trim them up, and I probably should have put them towards the left a little bit more because my collection, or my, the little cluster of pictures on the right side are going to cover, and I should have moved them to the left a bit, but I didn't, and it's fine. By the time that it dawned on me, the top one and the bottom one had already been get down long enough for that Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to do its thing. So I put the top and the bottom down and then put the middle one in down so that I can get them pretty even. And I wanted to separate the orange and that darker aqua because I have the most stash in those colors. I didn't want to overdo it with the pink. I don't have a lot of that top color, and then I have quite a bit of lime green, but I kind of whittled it down a bit. So I have already trimmed up my pictures and matted them. Now, they're not the same size. I don't care. I want to cut out the stuff that I don't want, and I don't necessarily need them to all be the same size. I wanted them to be as small as they could be without losing the people. I mostly cut out ground, like that mulch. This is the playground. I think this is the playground by our old house. So I did take out one of those pictures because with the height of them, because I don't want to cut the top part of the swings out, it was going to be too much. So I will either attach it to the back of the layout or find some other way to use it, maybe in my kiddo's book, although I've done his book or her book for this time frame. So this is the speckled egg. You can't really see it much, and I'm not sure actually once it's done how obvious it is, but that's okay. If I had splattered it, it might have been a little more visible. That is that Wicked Elixir. I've already done the carved pumpkin, picked raspberry, and then the last one is the Uncharted Mariner. That's the one I couldn't remember a second ago because I'm disheveled. I've already started this twice, and the second time my dog went loony toony when I got close to the end of the introduction. So hopefully he won't do that this time because y'all are going to just have to hear him bark like the other day. So this layout is so gorgeous, and I would love to do it again and maybe use my Cricut too and some scraps to cut that stuff out. A lot of like those really pretty leaves and things, and maybe do something more florally. I'm not sure, but I do love the way it turns out, and I love Spectrum Sherbert. It's such a pretty cover, colors, and all the papers. I have such a hard time picking papers because I'm like, no, I don't want to use that one because then I won't have it anymore. It's really sad, and I know I'm not alone. I know a lot of people are like that. So I've left my butterflies over there to the right. Those were all cut out from the packaging. All 5 of them. The top 4 are from the package that had those little lacy strips in it, and then that bottom teal one was the back of one of the paper covers for the paper pack. So I love this papers. So that's one of my favorite colors, that teal, but I had 2 of them, so I was willing to use it. I know if you all are familiar at all with Spectrum Sherbert, there's one that has butterflies down and it's like rainbow colored, and there's butterflies down the left side, and then the back is rainbow. I'm like, I don't even know. I will have to find the most perfect pictures to put on there because I'll be so sad to use it because it'll be gone. I just keep reminding myself it looks better when it's on a layout. It looks better on a layout. So we're going to keep talking ourselves into that. And one of these days it'll be my goal to use all my Spectrum Sherbert, but it ain't today. I'm working on scraps. That's why I went ahead and did the Baby Got Scraps with this layout, because I had the scraps to use for my picture mats. And that's the rules of Baby Got Scraps, is you only use scraps except for your base page, which is exactly what I did. So, and I fussy cut some things out of packaging, which helped me throw the rest of the packaging away because those butterflies were the last thing that I needed to cut out. So, yay, getting things out of my stash. And I used up all those little lacy bits. And so that's more stash that is out of my space, except they're not old, which was like the main goal for January. But this stash had to be used for this layout. It was calling for it. So I am just adding the butterflies, and I originally thought I'd go back and forth, but because of the way the picture is on the top is tilted, that orange one, if I had put it on the right side, would have covered my daughter or been off the page, and I didn't want to do that. So I decided I'd just take them down the page, and then I end up putting the pink one over here on the right. And I'm glad that it didn't glue instantly because I wasn't paying enough attention and it was over Trey's face, and I definitely don't want that, even though he's really just kind of in the background in that picture. He was the one helping my kiddo swing. Even though Jameson can swing on his own, Trey was helping him like reach the sky. So like I said earlier, this is the last day of school, and my son was devastated because he didn't get to say goodbye to his teacher. And so I was grateful that we decided to go to the park, and Katie and Trey helped bring his spirits up because he certainly loves that lady. That it's still his favorite teacher, and he's in the 8th grade, and he will do anything for her. And luckily I work at the school where she is, so we can see her often. So on Terry's layout, she's got that heart up there at the top, and I thought that drastic or at least different colored heart really was a standout, and I love that. So I went ahead and grabbed this one of a kind thicker collection, put that heart on there, decided to use a few of the black dots that are on this as well, and I kind of scattered them back and forth, and then put another little heart down at the bottom where I found a little gap I wanted to cover. And I thought about doing some more splattering, but decided against it because I really do like the way it turned out. You can't see a ton of the splattering, but I felt like it was enough. So I hope that you will go and check out Terry's Instagram. If she has a YouTube channel, that will be linked below. Please go check out all the awesome creators who I love so dearly, and I am thrilled to be a part of this hop with. I don't know exactly who is participating Tara is the one who picked this layout, so I know she is. And normally Anna and Christine participate, and then I'm not sure about the rest, but Isabel and Angela and Kimberly all might be hopping along as well. So they will be linked below because there should be a playlist if I get my head on straight and get that loaded down there. So I hope that you will check them out. Check out Terhi and all her amazing layouts. Once we found this one, it was like, oh my gosh, we could do that. We could do that. And so the only thing I did a little different was I added that silly good fun because it was so fitting. And her title, I think her title are the little words at the bottom. So anyway, I love it and I love this layout and I'm so excited you all are here with me. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Come back real soon and happy scrapping.